some fans in the crowd in Nashville. In the second quarter, we pick it up, Steelers leading by 10. The tale of two halves because the Steelers couldn't do anything wrong to start. Big Ben connects with Deontay Johnson. Steelers up 24-7. Fourth quarter, Titans getting back into this thing largely because Derrick Henry got going. He jumps over the top. Who gonna check me, boo? Nobody. Fourth straight game with a rushing touchdown for Henry, and the Titans trim their lead to within 3. Suing Steelers possession. You just don't need this. They're just inside the red zone. You can't turn the ball over, and that's exactly what Roethlisberger does. Juju Smith-Schuster almost gets it, but it's tipped, and Amani Hooker's right there, so the Titans take over possession. And with a minute remaining, the Titans got the ball. 3rd and 12 near midfield. Tannehill trying to get them in field goal range. He does that right there, connecting with A.J. Brown. So here they are, turning it over to Steven Gostkowski. Had a bumpy start to the season. He settled in a bit. It's a 46-yarder. It's well within his range. Can he tie it up? It looks good at first, and it just trouble with the curve. He misses wide. He can't believe it. The Patriots are like, we can. Roethlisberger looks on. Tannehill is devastated. The Steelers hang on to win. Juju Smith-Schuster, big day, 9 receptions for 85 yards. Not only that, he also gets a post-game interview with Diana Rossini. Lucky guy.
Where the fight, Juju? Oh, where the fight? Where the fight? Byron! Where the fight?
All right, guys, I'm here with wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster. Juju, your coach just came over and said, what a fight for you guys. What does this feel like to get this win and stay undefeated?
Oh, man, it's unbelievable. You know, we talked about it all week, 5-star matchup. Coming in here, we knew the Titans were going to be a tough game. We stopped the run game. Defense did their job. And then we put points on offense, so I can't complain, man. It's a blessing.
Your quarterback out there, he's a magician, doing things that he was doing 15 years ago as a quarterback there. From your perspective, what do you see from Ben right now?
Ben's being Ben, you know. This is the old Ben. This is, Super Bowl Ben. That's what I call him. Making plays, doing what he does, and makes our job easier.
Juju, for you on offense, personally, specifically to your role, there's so many different pass catchers now involved. Your role's changed a bit. For you personally, how do you feel you're performing at this point in the season?
I think I'm doing well, I can't complain. We're 6-0, so at the end of the day, if we're up, we're winning. It's all about the team win.
You're the best team in the division?
Yes, of course.
AFC?
Yeah, see Baltimore next week.
Could say, because they're undefeated and the only AFC team remaining unbeaten. They're the best team in the division. Certainly off to the second best start to a season in franchise history. At the height of the Steel Curtain teams, the 78 Steelers started 7-0 and route to a 14-2 record and a Super Bowl title. It actually ended up being the team's third of what would become 4 Super Bowls in a 6-season span. As we bring back in Rob Ninkovich and Tim Hasselbeck, and a lot's being made of this Steelers and their defense. But I do want to say the Steelers have now scored, Tim, 25+ in all 6 games. That extends the longest streak in franchise history. What specifically did you like about Big Ben and that part of the ball tonight?
Listen, they're really good on that side of the ball as well. And, I think what you see people doing now is trying to find ways to stop them. Do you play zone? Do you play man free? Do what do you do? Are you going to run the football if you're playing with a too high safety look? Well, the Tennessee Titans at times decided to come after them. They're going to bring 7 rushers. There's only 6 blockers. Well, you do that, and they do a great job disguising it pre-snap, to be honest with you. But Ben sees it, throws the side adjustment to the weak side, and then allows these fast wide receivers to run after the catch. Very similar situation down in the red zone. Now they're going to bring 6, but the middle linebacker is covering the back. Ben sees it. Again, it's fairly well disguised, especially in this area of the field. They get into it late, and it's getting the ball to Deontay Johnson, fast receiver, in space, let him work afterwards. And so I think what the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing, they're playing great defense, saw some plays on special teams, and then offensively, you're seeing a team that's hard to defend. I mean, they're running the football effectively. They've got a good offensive line. And, you can't just sit back there and let Ben pick you apart. So when you try to come after him, Ben's doing a good job of seeing it and getting the ball out of his hands.
Rob, this was a win, obviously, for the Steelers, and that's really all you can ask for at this point, especially against a very good Titans team. But they were up 27-7 in the third quarter. How did this one end up coming down to a field goal miss?
Look, a battle of the undefeateds. It's always awesome to watch 2 teams play each other when they're really good, and they're learning from these. Even though the Tennessee Titans lost, the Steelers are learning from this victory as well. There's 2 plays in this game. In a good game, there's always 1 or 2 plays. right before the half, Big Ben here, right before the half, 13 seconds left, takes a shot down the field and throws an interception. Well, in this particular moment, all he has to do, check the ball down. You have a great field goal kicker. Get the 3 points. If you can get those 3 points, that might end up at the end of the game being the difference. Then here, fourth quarter, you see this last throw at the end of the game. Volleyball up in the air again, intercepted. Well, that's 6 points right there. And if you add 6 points to where they were at, it wouldn't have been as close as what we all saw at the end of the game. So the Steelers are going to take notes. They're going to get better. Big Ben is definitely going to say to himself, look, I need to protect the football in the red zone area so I can protect those points. Because at the end of the day, in the playoffs, you need every point that you earn.
I do want to go back to Tim here and talk a little Titans, because you can't talk about one of the undefeateds and not the other. And again, I'm not sure that anything they did today would delegitimize what they've been able to do, but they hadn't faced a top 10 defense, that Titans offense, all season long until, of course, they faced the Steelers. Did you see anything that maybe other teams could take away as a blueprint for how to at least slow them down?
No, I don't really think so. I mean, I look at, the Titans, and look, Pittsburgh wins the game, and I think that the Steelers are a really good football team, but I think the Titans are a really good football team as well. Rob points out the mistakes, but part of, like the second interception, that was just on that clip there, Jayon Brown makes a heck of a play running down in the middle of the field with a wide receiver making a play on the football. He makes another one on a third down play that gave an opportunity to Tennessee getting the football back. I think Tennessee's still a really good football team, and they fought back. It's not really their makeup and style to be playing from behind. And so we saw a little of that today. But I thought even in that situation, they did a really good job of battling back. I think there's an identity for the Tennessee Titans that has started to kind of take shape of the personality of their head coach. They obviously have a smart, tough head coach. And I think there's kind of some examples in that football game. You look at Ryan Tannehill's first touchdown pass. He gets blasted on a second down run. And the very next play comes back and throws a touchdown pass. That is a tough, smart football team rallying around their coach and their quarterback. And so, look, I'm never going to be a prisoner of the moment on one game. You lose a game and all of a sudden you can't be one of the better teams in the National Football League. I think the Titans still are. I think they just faced a really good Pittsburgh team that got off to a good start and made Tennessee play from behind.
If people are sort of looking at the box score, they're going to say, wow, the Steelers had 3 turnovers. And if you lose the turnover differential that bad and still win a game, that's a win. Maybe part of that, Rob, is because the Titans' inability to get off the field on third down. The Steelers 13 for 18 on third down. In fact, coming into this game, probably through this game, Tennessee is the worst at that in the NFL. Where exactly do they need to shore that up in order to be a legitimate contender?
Yeah, well, I can tell you as a defender that third down is vital. That's money down right there. So just getting after the quarterback, more pressure on the quarterback, that always helps. The guys in the back end, the secondary, can't cover forever. But you got to give your hats off to the Steelers. I mean, when you're playing a good football team, they're going to convert third downs. That's just the name of the game. Good teams, they will convert. So it's limiting the red zone scoring. And at the end of the day, when you're in the deep into the playoffs or you're in the playoffs, it's all about the red zone and winning the red zone. So if you can limit teams to 3 points instead of touchdowns, that's what saves you. So I think the Tennessee Titans are in good shape. They're going to learn from this game in particular, and they're just going to keep going. I know Clowney got beat up a little bit in that game, so you hope that he can get some of his health back and they can get back after the quarterback.
We anticipated this game would be a big talker at the end of Week 7. We did not know that Cam Newton would be. Again, we revisit the fact that he was benched. Cam Newton taking on the Niners last week had some issues. A lot of people sort of chalked it up to, well, he's coming back from COVID. Was bad again. 3 interceptions in this game. Was eventually benched and pulled for Jarrett Stidham. Bill Belichick was asked post-game, is he still your guy? And he said, yes, he is. He just wanted to get Stidham some reps. Live on SportsCenter, Cam Newton talking about his performance.
Very disappointing, but we just got to be better.
I know you don't want to make